Dear students of 12th class, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. In today's English class, we will discuss the questions of the text of the lesson Lost Spring. Now let us start. Think as you read. Question number first. What is Sahib looking for in the garbage dumps? Where is he and where he has come from? What is Sahib looking for in the garbage dumps? Where is he and where has he come from? Answer. Sahib is looking for gold in the garbage dumps. He is in the neighborhood of the author. Sahib has come from Bangladesh. He came with his mother in 1971. His house was set amidst the green fields of Dhaka. Storms swept away their fields and homes, so they left the country. Let me repeat the answer. Sahib is looking for gold in the garbage dumps. He is in the neighborhood of the author. Sahib has come from Bangladesh. He came with his mother in 1971. His house was set amidst the green fields of Dhaka. Storms swept away their fields and homes, so they left the country. Question number second. What explanations does the author offer for the children not wearing footwear? What explanations does the author offer for the children not wearing footwear? Answer. One explanation offered by the author is that it is a tradition to stay barefoot. One explanation offered by the author is that it is a tradition to stay barefoot. It is not lack of money. He wonders if this is the only an excuse to explain away a perpetual state of poverty. He also remembers the story of a poor body who prayed to the goddess for a pair of shoes. One explanation offered by the author is that it is the tradition to barefoot. It is not lack of money. He wonders if this is only an excuse to explain away a perpetual state of poverty. He also remembers the story of a poor body who prayed to the goddess for a pair of shoes. Question number 3. Is Sahib happy working at the tea stall? Explain. Is Sahib happy working at the tea stall? Answer. No. Sahib is not happy working at the tea stall. No, Sahib is not happy working at the tea stall. He is no longer his own master. His face has lost the carefree look. The steel canisters seems heavier than the plastic bag he would carry so lightly over his shoulder. The bag was his. The canister belongs to the man who owns the tea shop. Sahib is not happy working at the tea stall. He is no longer his own master. His face has lost the carefree look. The steel canister seems heavier than the plastic bag he would carry so lightly over his shoulder. The bag was his. The canister belongs to the man who owns the tea shop. Now think as you read next question number first. What makes the city of Ferozabad famous? What makes the city of Ferozabad famous? Answer. The city of Ferozabad is famous for its bangles. Every other family in Ferozabad is engaged in making bangles. It is the center of India's glass blowing industry. Families have spent a generation working around furnaces, welding glass, making bangles for the women in the light. The city of Ferozabad is famous for its bangles. Every other family in Ferozabad is engaged in making bangles. It is the center of India's glass blowing industry. Families have spent generations working around furnace, yielding glass, making bangles for the women in the land. Question number second. Mention the hazards of working in the glass bangles industry. Mention the hazards of working in the glass bangles industry. Answer. Boys and girls with their fathers and mothers sit in dark hot mats. Boys and girls with their fathers and mothers sit in dark hot mats next to lines of flames of flickering oil lamps. Next to lines of flames of flickering oil lamps, they weld pieces of colored glass into circle of bangles. Their eyes are more adjusted to the dark than to the lights outside. They often end up losing eyesight before they became adults. Even the dust from polishing the glass of bangles is injustice to eyes. Many workers have become blind. The furnaces have very high temperature and therefore very dangerous. Now question is, how is Mukesh's attitude to his situation different from that of his family? How is Mukesh's attitude to his situation different from that of his family? Answer is, Mukesh's grandfather thinks that the God given lineage can never be broken. Mukesh's grandmother, sorry, Mukesh's question is, how is Mukesh's attitude to his situation different from that of his family? Answer is, Mukesh's grandmother thinks that the God given lineage can never be broken. Her son and grandsons are born in the coast of bangle makers. They have seen nothing but bangles. Mukesh's father has taught them what he knows, the art of making bangles, but Mukesh wants to be a motor mechanic. He will go to a garage and learn through the garage, though the garage is far away from his home. Now, understanding the text, question number first eight. What could be some of the reasons for the migration of people from village to cities? What could be the sum of the reasons? कौन कौन से reasons हो गए तो फॉर द माइग्रेशन, जिस वजह से लोग माइग्रेशन करते हैं फ्रॉम द विलेज टू सिटीज़, विलेज से सिटी की तरफ? आंसर, people migrate from village to cities in search of livelihood, right? This right. People migrate from village to live to cities in search of livelihood. Their fields fail to provide them means of survival. Cities provide employment, jobs, or other means of getting food. The problem in case of the poor is to feed the hungry members. Survival is of primary concern. Now the question is, would you agree that promises made to the poor children are rarely kept? Why do you think that this happens in the incidents narrated in the text? Would you agree that promises made to the poor children are rarely kept? Why do you think that this happens in the incident narrated in the text? Answer, the promises made to the poor are rarely kept. The author asks Sahib, half joking, whether he will come to her school if she starts when Sahib agrees to do so. A few days later, he asks, that is, Sahib asks if the school is ready. The writer feels embarrassed at having made a promise that was not meant. Promises like here about around abound in every corner of their bleak world. Question is, what forces conspire to keep the workers in Bengal industry of Ferozabad in poverty? What forces conspire to keep the workers in Bengal industry of Ferozabad in poverty? Answer, certain forces conspire to keep the workers in Bengal industry of Ferozabad in poverty. These include the money lenders, the middlemen, the policemen, the keepers of law, the bureaucrats, and the politicians. Together, they impose a heavy burden on the children. Now, the question is talking about the text. How, in your opinion, can Mukesh realize his dream? How, in your opinion, can Mukesh realize his dream? Answer: Mukesh is the son of a poor bangle maker of Ferozabad. Most of the young men of Ferozabad have no initiatives or ability to dream, but Mukesh is an exception. He has the capacity to take courage and break from the traditional family occupation. He has strong willpower also. He does not want to be a pawn in the hands of middlemen or moneylenders. He insists on being his own master by becoming a motor mechanic. He can realize his dream by joining a garage and learn the job of repairing cars and driving them. He will have no he will have to overcome many hurdles before he succeeds. Then comes transport problem. Money is the first one. He will have to earn some money himself. The garage is a long way from his home. He will have to cover it twice every day anyhow by walking on foot. Patience, hard work, firm will and determination to learn will help him realize his dream. Patience, hard work, firm will and the determination to learn will help him realize his dream. Question is mention the hazards of working in the glass bangles industry. The glass bangle in answer the glass bangle industry has many health hazards. It usually the glass bangle industry has many health hazards. It usually employs small children. It is illegal to employ every young children in hazardous industry, but certain forces like middlemen, moneylenders, police, and politicians combine to entrap the poor workers. Let's first consider the place where bangle makers work. It is a cottage industry. They work in the glass furnace with high temperatures. They the dengue cells are without air and light. Boys and girls work hard during day next to lines of flames of flickering oil lamps. They weld pieces of colored glass into circles of bangles. Their eyes are most adjusted to the dark than to the light outside. That's why they often end up losing their eyesight before they become adults. Glass blowing, welding, and soldering pieces of glass are all health hazards. Even the dust from polishing the glass of bangles adversely affect the eyes and even adults to go blind. Thus, the surroundings, prevailing condition, and the type of job involved all prove risky to the health of the workers. Question is why should child labor be eliminated and how? Child labor को कम eliminate करना चाहिए and कैसे? Child labor should be eliminated because the children employed at tender age as domestic servants, dishwashers, and roadside dabas and in hazardous industry making glass bangles, berries, crackers, etc. lose the charm of spring of their life. Their childhood is stolen. Their childhood is stolen. Burdened by the responsibility of work, they become adults too soon. Most of them are undernourished, ill-fed, or uneducated, ill-fed, uneducated, and poor. They have a stunted growth. Child labor can be eliminated only through concerted efforts on the part of the government agencies, NGOs, non government organizations, cooperative societies, and political leaders. Mere passing of law will not help. Laws should be enacted faithfully. The children thrown out of the work should be rehabilitated and given proper food, clothes, education, and pocket money. Their feelings, thoughts, and emotions should be respected. Let them enjoy sunshine and fresh air. Thank you very much.